What is going on, warriors? I hope you're having a fantastic day. I am Lycan Warrior and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be talking about my wish list for The Elder Scrolls 6. Now, The Elder Scrolls is by far my favourite gaming series in the entire gaming industry, so you can imagine that my wish list for this game would be very long, so I'm going to try and keep this video as short as possible. Alright, so starting off with probably the one wish I want the most, and that is your character. So in many games the main character is depicted as the chosen one. We had this in Skyrim with the Dragonborn, and I wouldn't say I don't like this type of main character, but I am kind of bored of it. With so many games kind of using it as the main character, being this chosen one on this epic quest, I'm personally just bored of it. I want a character like the one from Oblivion, where you're arguably not even the main character, where you have zero special abilities or zero god-given attributes to start with. So you're basically just a normal person in that world. And obviously as you go along the story, you gain skills, you gain abilities as you go. Now this makes your character, and especially you, feel so much more like you're part of the world. You are therefore fully immersed into that world, and this is kind of the experience that I would prefer to have, where you'd be able to kind of have your character RP'd as whoever you want, where you don't have to necessarily be this god-given person, the chosen one, that is kind of forced onto this quest. Now, karma and NPC recognition, I'm hoping that they do this very well and very detailed. So this actually fits in with our first wish with the main character. So I'd like a karma system that isn't necessarily good or bad, but a more detailed system where, you know, NPCs react differently to you depending on your actions. Now we do have this obviously, but it's generally just kind of statements that NPC characters or guards say to you, like, oh, you did this or you did that. They're acknowledging you, which is good, but generally it'll just be a bunch of different statements, and they'll often be hypocritical or contradictive. So if I give you an example from Oblivion, where I believe if you killed an innocent person, you were then contacted by the Dark Brotherhood. Instead of picking up that quest from another quest, like in Skyrim, where you heard a rumour about this guy, you went there and they said to that kid, and he was doing a ritual and all this stuff, you picked that quest up from your action. So the whole thing was based on your action. If you never killed that innocent person, you would have never been contacted by the Dark Brotherhood. And I think that's a lot more detailed and a lot better than just kind of going up to NPCs, picking up a quest, going there, doing that. It's based on your actions, depending on who you want to play as. So something else that is self-explanatory, and I really hope that they're going to get on top of, is graphics improvements and combat overhaul. So I feel like Bethesda have been slightly just behind everyone when it comes to graphics with their recent games. But you know, it's not a big worry for me. I much prefer, like, you know, game story and all that stuff. But when it comes to the combat, they definitely made an improvement from Oblivion to Skyrim, and I feel like they need to make an even bigger improvement from The Elder Scrolls 5 to The Elder Scrolls 6. Now, I did like the cinematic, you can kind of kill mechanics, the final kill and stuff, the decapitations, and I love the new kind of systems of being able to wield a sword or a weapon and the magic, and I really do hope that they're going to kind of improve on that. I want them to make a lot more kind of magic spells, a lot more different types of swords. Hopefully you'll be able to customize some of your weapons as well. That would be a great kind of thing that would make the game a lot better. So yeah, combat overhauls and kind of weapon overhauls. And finally, something that I might be expanding on later is a more meaningful story. So I kind of touched on this earlier with Skyrim, but I felt like this chosen one storyline with the Dragonborn is just this rehashed, boring ass storyline that we keep seeing in games, and I am just kind of really fucking bored of it. this thing, you go into a game and everyone's like, you are the chosen one, everyone look at this guy, you have to complete this quest, you have to do this, you have to save the world because we are helpless. I want a more meaningful story that puts you in the middle of the world as part of it, where you can participate, much like Kingdom Come Deliverance, where you are no better than any other NPC and you kind of work your way through as being a part of it, not above everyone else. It really is boring me, and it's kind of shallow gameplay in my opinion. So a more meaningful story that kind of pulls me in both emotionally and everything else. So yeah, definitely a more meaningful story. I'm not going to go on for too much longer. I think I'm going to end this video here since it's been quite a long one. I could go on for longer. I'm probably going to make another video on this, touching up some of the ones like this one, more meaningful story, etc. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please, if you're new, subscribe, like the video if you liked it, comment if I missed anything out that you would want in the wish list. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. See you guys later.